Hey, it's Isaac Guzman. Let me be honest, leaving eXp Realty wasn't something I took lightly. I built a lot of relationships there. I built tons of success there. But at some point, I had to stop asking what's comfortable and start asking what's really scalable. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain on why I made the move to LPT Realty and why I believe it's the most agent-centric brokerage model in the industry today. We're going to back that up with numbers. I'm here to tell you, a year and change after I left, probably the best move I ever made, might be the best next 10 to 15 minutes you're going to spend with your career in 2025. If you're a team leader, you're an independent agent, or even someone who's felt like your entire brokerage isn't giving you the tools that you need to grow, this video is absolutely for you. Now, before we dive in, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And at the end of the video, make sure you like it, share, and comment. Tell me what you like. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Doesn't really matter. Drop it in. Let's have a conversation. Okay, so jumping in, it really started with a simple question. Okay, think about it. If I had to rebuild my entire real estate business from scratch, who would I want in my corner? At eXp, I had the cloud-based platform. Okay, I had RevShare, but what I didn't have was full alignment. And this is super important, but it also plays into all the other aspects: money, production, how you build teams, all this stuff. It's all coming because I'm going to break it all down for you. But it started with alignment and then led to everything else. So my values, they're focused on growth, scalability, and team empowerment. Okay. Felt slow over time, but then all of a sudden it hit me really quickly, which was I realized the structure that I was in. It really didn't match the business that I envisioned us building. Okay. And you know what? That was me jumping in with somebody who had already started building something at EXP. And so maybe that was part of it. But as I looked around, I'm like, this isn't exactly the model. I was going to stay at EXP building a new team. Okay. But it just didn't make sense as I started really examining it. Like, hey, I'm building this thing from the ground up this time. Okay. So LPT really isn't just another model. It's a complete redesign of what the modern brokerage, at least in my opinion, should really be. Okay. No monthly fees, no sign up costs, two different compensation models that you get to choose, right? You choose what fits. There's a flat fee of $500 per transaction capped at 5,000, okay? Or an 80-20 split that's capped at 15,000. And with full access to revenue share and bigger stock awards on a 15K plan, you really get to choose what makes sense for you based on what's making sense in your business. Now, the other thing about the compensation plan is you get to choose one, the business builder. Let's say you start at that $500 commission capped at 5,000 for the year. Now there are transaction fees and a one-time E&O fee per year. But anyways, if that's the model, okay, that you jump in on, that's not what you have to stay at forever. Maybe you want to start building a team. Maybe you started building a downline and want to earn revenue share. Or maybe you really want to take advantage of the stock options that are given to you, or the stock awards, should I say, that are given to you when you're up at that 80-20 capped at 15K. Because whatever model you get, stock issued to you in the fastest growing company in US history, by the way, fastest growing brokerage, should I say, in US history. You're getting pre-IPO stock in that company on your first, third, and 15th transaction every single year. But if you go to the 80-20 plan, capped at 15,000, you get double the stock. You also can start earning your rev share. Well, here's the great part about it. You can start on the $5,000 business builder plan and then upgrade when it matches your business. You can sit there and watch it grow and go, wow, you know what? I think it's about time I make that switch over. And you get to take your production with you. You get to take the stock that you earned when you were on the business builder plan with you, and you get to take your downline and transition it over. So it's a really big win-win-win all the way around. All right. That alone, right out the gate, just caught my attention. But what really made me lean in, okay, the thing that really made me lean in was the marketing. LPT is the only brokerage that started as a marketing company first and then became a brokerage. All right. Every listing comes with this 168-piece marketing kit. It's shipped to you directly and it's branded to you or somebody on your team, or even branded to the individual agents on your team. Okay. Now, in that box, there's flyers, there's door hangers, just listed mailers, there's sign writers. It's all included. And all we end up doing is actually just paying shipping. Now, that's not just helpful, that's actual leverage. Okay. Because they give me this demo box that I'm able to take to a listing appointment. The agents are showing up. We're going there. We're showing all the materials, right? Full bleed, everything, letting them know, hey, we're going to hammer this. And it's not just print. We talk about digital, right? We talk about all the things that we're going to do to help them sell the house. So the marketing materials that they give us, the plan that they give us, I actually have a bunch of videos on the active marketing plan, 9 critical questions to ask an agent when considering selling your home, right? These are all things that we have access to, and it's just part of a full end-to-end marketing platform that they give you. And it starts with taking more listings because we all know leads, listings, and leverage, right? We've all read the books. We all know that it's all about listings. And so listing power tools, that's what LPT stands for. A lot of people don't know, but LPT stands for listing power tools. They're a listing focused company with those high end marketing materials, and they have it for open houses, for prospecting, and for buyers. But they started with listings, and that's where I want to stay focused because I'm pretty sure that's where you're focused as well, or at least that's something you want to add to your business is high level listing competition. Now you have them on a team and they have additional resources, training, tools, right? All for the same cap. So you're actually increasing the likelihood that you get that full $5,000 cap as opposed to saying like, oh, don't look over here, don't look at teams, right? Because I don't want you to get a reduced cap. Dual sponsorship. You know what it means? It means no more fighting over recruits. Okay. Your team also at LPT gets supported, not sidelined. And when an agent leaves the team, think about it. Their cap doesn't double, triple, or even quadruple overnight like it would at eXp and other brokerages. It stays at that same 5,000 and still no monthly fees. Okay. So no real reason to leave the brokerage because at eXp that would happen, right? It changed a lot. Agents would come over, they'd join eXp as a necessary evil of joining our team. Okay. And I don't mean they're evil, but you get what I mean. As a necessary part of onboarding to our team, they had to join eXp. Well, if they ever left the team, which, happens on average every 2.5 to 3 years, right? Somebody leaves the team. And so here's the thing when they left, what they would do is typically they're leaving because of money. That's what we found. Like, their mom's best friend got a $2 million listing that they're willing to give them. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to share that with you or anybody. And then so they leave the team. Okay. Wish you the best. Hopefully you make it. Okay. Cool. They leave. And then the XP goes, congratulations. Your cap that was 4,000 is now $16,000. And you know that $2 million deal you're about to do? Yeah, you're going to give me 12,000 right off the top. Oh, you don't know who I am and you barely care that I exist? Too bad. Right? So now what happens? Agent leaves eXp altogether. So this pipe dream that we were kind of sold, I don't know if it was a pipe dream, but this vision that we were sold is that, hey, you're always going to be able to make money with people that you train. Stop training your competition. Aren't you tired of the agents learning how to do what you do and then going off and taking off and you'll never make money with them again? Well, they'll stay in your downline at eXp. Well, that was not true. Okay, people were leaving. And it's just the reality. Ask anybody who runs a team at eXp. You could drop a comment here if you disagree with me, and I'd call you a liar because I know it. Okay, it happened to us all the time. That retention power for LPT, it changes a lot. Okay, it really stabilizes the team, it stabilizes your revenue share and keeps it intact at a higher level. And it gives you the breathing room to grow without starting over every 6, 12, 18, 24 months when an agent is just like cycling in and out, not just of your team, but also out of the brokerage entirely. Especially because a lot of those people, if you know what I'm talking about, are in your front line. And so frontliners leaving and having high turnover in your front line is pretty dramatic for a lot of people that care about revenue share at eXp. All right, so another thing is like, let's talk about real world impact. At eXp, RevShare was available, but I don't know how attainable it was for the first several years. They've made some changes recently that make it more attainable. I would admit that. But they made those changes out of necessity because LPT is crushing it. Like they've introduced so many things to their model that are because they're responding to LPT and the pressure because so many people are leaving eXp to go to LPT Realty. I wasn't the first, and I sure as heck have not been the last, right? Massive amounts of people have made the move. So here's the thing though. they've made those changes, but they made them because they're like, oh, well, in order to retain, well, why didn't they introduce things like completely transparent revenue share in the first place? Right? Dual sponsorship in the first place. Well, because that only benefits one group of people, that's the agents. Okay. LPT did that from day one. They've been super transparent, no buffers, none of that nonsense in the revenue share model, and also allowing agents to choose their compensation plan, having dual sponsorship. So you're not creating these little kingdoms and all this other stuff where it's like, you can't be part of my group. You can't come onto this thing because you're not in my downline. Well, finally, eXp wised up, but it's kind of like, if I came home tonight and my wife had my kids in her arms and the bags packed, and I'm like, what's happening? And she's like, I'm leaving. Well, then I'm going to pretend to make all these changes. I'm going to make as many changes as I can, right? I'm gonna, oh, I'll spend time with the kids. I'll hang out with your family too. We'll take more vacations where I don't have my laptop by the pool. Sound familiar? Cool. But how come I couldn't perform like that at the beginning? How come I wasn't looking out for that relationship and protecting that from the beginning? Shows you where my intentions are. Just try to keep everything I got or do the right thing. It's a big difference. Okay. If you've ever been in a relationship like that, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So the other thing was like initially the qualification hurdles made it hard for anyone to win big at EXP. Well, LPT really flipped that. I mean, they made that really simple again, like I said, from the beginning, not out of like because they're scared, right? They made it accessible to the average producing agent. Okay. That's important. Now they also made marketing automated. That's important. They built training into an AI powered customized system that actually suggests what your agents on your team, what you should focus on based on performance and based on their interests. Now, here's the other thing they got LPT Plus with leads, lead training. So that way you're not fronting out too much cash. You're not giving Zillow and all these other people all of your money without knowing what you're going to do with it. This is super important. They are marketing, lead generation, and conversion experts. Okay. So it's a massive thing. And it's not just better, is what I'm telling people. It's smarter. It's a smarter way to do business. Okay. It's 100% different. And that's why, by the way, LPT is the fastest growing brokerage in US history. We've already mentioned that. Okay. Already in its third year, just turned 3 in March. This is 3 months ago, where it turned 3 years old as a brokerage. Already number 14 in Real Trends list of transaction volume in 3 years. Number 10 in units in 3 years. And 2024's winner of Inman's Innovator of the Year. Dude, this company is ridiculous. Fastest growing brokerage, all those other things. And it's not because it's hype. That's what a lot of people are saying up front. It doesn't make any sense when you really look at this. All right. 167% growth. Like the numbers are obnoxious. I actually just made a whole video all about it, so I won't bore you to death. But so many people have been asking me, Isaac, do you think you made the right move? It's been a year and some change. Well, I don't know. You tell me. Let's look at some EXP stats too, right? EXP stats are not doing well. They're going the opposite direction in agent count. Okay. They are not thriving the way that LPT is. And so, yeah, maybe I would be singing another song if I was in earlier at EXP. I'm just going to put that out there. If I was in a 2013 or 14 or even 15, maybe I'd still be like, EXP is the best. And it's probably because I made millions of dollars off of revenue share and, stock or whatever it is that people claim. And I've actually seen people do. But here's the reality, that ship has sailed. That opportunity is gone. And so maybe there's going to be another one in 10 years from now. But right now, what I do know is the best opportunity, the best brokerage for all of those things, whether you're a solo agent, a team leader, a broker that wants to transition into a team, somebody who's a recruiter, or somebody who does not care about stock or revenue share at all, just wants to sell more houses and wants to use amazing marketing to do it. I mean, this is the best move right now. And like I said at the beginning, this move was not about stock. It wasn't about hype. Alignment with a brokerage that values productivity over politics. Okay. Alignment with leadership that's focused on agents. Listen up, not shareholders. Okay. And alignment with a company that isn't just copying another model, okay, but it's actually creating its own category because it saw the flaws in the other model. And as a matter of fact, if you like the changes that eXp's made, you should be grateful to LPT. The same way that I'm grateful for eXp paving the way for cloud-based brokerages, you should be grateful for LPT saying, hey, there's some stuff that's wrong with your guys' model. And if you don't change it, we're going to have to go out and make the model more acceptable for agents. And they went ahead and did that. And guess what? Changes that people at eXp had probably been asking for a while, now they're implemented. And they're acting like, oh yeah, smart move on us. We're so good and we're so guys, you just ripped off what we did. At least acknowledge it. That's fine, right? I mean, we copied the whole cloud-based model and all this other stuff because it was good. It worked. So, anyways, here's the thing. In the first 2 years, about 7,000 agents, I believe, had joined. Top teams in Nevada, Arizona, California, Louisiana, Kansas, they've all made the move to LPT. Now, I'd be shocked if we were, less than 18,000 agents right now. They haven't released the new numbers lately. I know that they're gearing up for an IPO at the end of 2025, hopefully. And so, they're not giving all those numbers out, but when they IPO, they're going to be at probably somewhere between 18 and 25,000 agents. I believe that really deeply. I believe that LPT will be the model that future brokerages really look to when they realize that the old way just is not working. When they realize, hey, my margins are compressed, the agents are complaining, we're not really giving them any value, we're seeing high turnover, we're not seeing the growth that we wanted to see or we once did, they're going to look at LPT and go, what's going on over there? Paraphrasing here, but that's what the guy who, the CEO of Real Trends said on some podcast called Housing Wire Daily. It's like, we had to run an anomaly report for these people because of how fast they're growing. Okay. So here's the question. This is my question for you. If you could rebuild your business, because remember, this is where it started for me. If you could rebuild your business with the support, the systems, and the structure you wish you had, would you do it or would you fight to stay the same? If the answer is yes, you would do it. Here's what you got to do. You got to click the link in the description and you got to book a private strategy call with me. Okay. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. So let's talk about where you are at, where you want to go, and whether this move can be the one that, honestly, no joke, heard it plenty of times, that changes everything for you, like it did for us. Okay. And hey, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more real world real estate content. Also, share this with an agent who needs to hear it. And drop me a comment. Okay, I reply to everyone personally. I'm Isaac Guzman, and I'll see you on the winning side.